So far, I gotta say, I've been getting pretty darn lucky using all these Call of Duty Vanguard trailers because Activision has not struck me down yet. They haven't tried to take any of my videos away or anything of that sort, so I'm gonna keep risking it for the biscuit, and I'm gonna show you guys, once again, the brand new Call of Duty Vanguard multiplayer trailer reveal. Now, there is tons of gameplay on YouTube, and also people are live streaming Call of Duty Vanguard as well. I am personally not going to take any of their footage, any of their clips, because, again, they could actually copyright strike me if I do that, so I'm going to stick to only the trailer. But if you guys do want to see some more gameplay, it's all across YouTube right now. Also, I want to let you guys know this, because if I don't say this in the beginning of all my videos, people will obviously accuse me of things and jump to conclusion on things. But these are my first impressions. I did not go deep into looking at gameplay. I did not go deep into looking into anything. I saw this multiplayer trailer. I saw one gameplay, and that is it. I am going to dig deeper. I'm going to find different topics that I want to talk about, different things I'm going to be making across the course of this week. A lot of good commentary, so guys, tune in for the rest of this week because we're going to be going really in-depth with a lot of stuff that's going on in the Vanguard multiplayer trailer. But for now, this commentary is going to be going off of my first initial opinion, what I saw right away and how I feel off of what I saw. And I already know the comments are going to be blowing up saying, "Oh my god, a positive title. You are just negative about it." I don't care, man. People are way too deep into that stuff, man. Look, if it's positive, I'm going to be positive about it. If it's negative, I'm going to be negative about it. Once again, I refuse. I don't care what anybody says. I refuse to be 100% negative, and I refuse to be 100% positive. I am much more happier just staying in the middle and just keeping a nice steady ground. But so far with the whole trailer itself and also the gameplay that I saw, I am pretty darn impressed. Now, again, until I get hands-on or I see a little bit more in depth, I'm not going to be able to give a 100% opinion. All I can give an opinion on is what I saw with my own eyes, but from the gun mechanics, the map design, the color palette of the actual maps, the sound engine, there are a lot of positives going on for Call of Duty Vanguard right now. And also, I'm just going to put this up now. I was going to wait a little bit to show this off, but nah, screw that. Screw that. Anybody who has been following me for a long time knows that one of my most favorite maps in the universe is Castle from World at War. Honestly, all the maps from Call of Duty World at War are probably some of my favorite maps ever made in the Call of Duty franchise. Probably the best maps I've ever played are in Call of Duty World at War, because not only are they good 3-lane styled maps, but they're not basic bare-bone maps. They have variety. I mean, shoot, back in Call of Duty 4 and World at War, that was the prime of rocket jumping, you know, going into private matches, upping your health all the way, and just using rockets to boost you up to certain spots in different locations. That was the fun of a lot of these maps. They were basic, they were plain enough that you could find enemies fast, but at the same time, they were unique and interesting enough that you can replay them multiple times and find something new every single time you touch down on them. But I'm getting off topic here. Castle is by far one of my favorite maps in the history of Call of Duty. I have been begging for this map to make a return for ages, and my god, it is coming back. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, how do you know this is Castle? Well, I'm going to tell you guys right now, if you're a hardcore Call of Duty fan, it should only take you a half a second to see a little detail of the map to automatically know it's one of the most goated maps in history. But besides that point, I did go back to World at War to see for myself, and I got two different screenshots so you guys can see with your own eyes. This is the one that they showed on the Call of Duty Vanguard trailer, and this is Call of Duty World at War right here. You can see it's identical. The same middle path to go into the building, the same down path to go towards the center of the map that you see on the left side of the screen there, and also the staircase going up to the right that will lead you to a ladder to get to the top of the castle. That's, you know, a pretty good camping spot for a lot of snipers and LMG players. Words cannot even describe how happy I am for this exact thing. And yes, it's not a game changer. Just because Castle's in the game doesn't mean it's going to be amazing, the best Call of Duty game ever made, but just the simple fact that I can finally see this map that I've loved for so long remastered on a newer engine, better graphics. We've never seen Castle return. And also, they're bringing back Dome as well. They're bringing back Dome from Call of Duty World at War. This right here is a good sign, because even if the vast majority of the original Sledgehammer games maps flop, which I don't think so, honestly, just yet. Like I said, I need to do a little bit more research. I might make a video topic about this later, but so far, they look pretty simple, you know, not too many open lanes, very tight quarters, you know, one-on-one combat. It looks pretty simplistic. But if these maps do turn out to be awful, it seems like they are falling back on World at War this year when it comes to remasters, which is phenomenal because there's a countless number of maps. You might as well remaster the whole game. If they take all the maps from World at War and put it into this game, I wouldn't be angry. I seriously wouldn't. Even the worst of the worst maps in World at War were still playable. But on top of having 16 6v6 maps coming at launch, you heard that correctly, 16 19 maps, which I mentioned a bunch of times in some of my past content, but that is the same amount of maps that we got pretty much in the old days, like Modern Warfare 2. We haven't seen that number since, literally. I think what? Maybe Black Ops 2 was probably the closest. I think they had like 14 or 15 maps at launch. We have not seen that number count in at least a good 6 to 7 plus years. And we're finally getting a return to that, especially after a couple of years of only getting like 5, 6 maps at launch. Bad maps to be exact, not good maps, absolutely atrocious maps. It's a breath of fresh air to finally see more content, but like I said, on top of that, we're getting 19 kill streaks. And that's not even all the streaks for the official game, that's just what we know right now. And in those streaks was a streak that I was begging for years to return, a pack of dogs. I've made multiple commentaries about this as well, where I do not enjoy the singular dog. It was a cool addition when Call of Duty Ghosts came into play, but at the end of the day, they were never useful. I didn't really care for a companion dog that follows me around everywhere and gets shot in 2 bullets and dies right away, you know? Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it could be handy, but the majority of the time, it just drops dead. I want a pack of hounds, 20, 30 plus dogs charging around the map endlessly in waves, just attacking the enemies while they're still being distracted on the rest of my teammates. It adds for better flow and more engaging moments with the game. The atmosphere of having those hounds barking, growling at you, charging around the map, hearing their, collars dangling around, is just a completely different world than just having a singular dog sitting there barking behind you. But again, it was just a trailer, so I'm still going to reserve a bunch of my hype. I am very happy and excited to see a lot of these things return, though. Like I said, Castle, literally my favorite map of all time. It's impossible for me not to get hype about that. It's not, again, I'm not saying the game is going to be fantastic, but come on, it's Castle, it's Castle! Oh god, it looks so good too. I need to see that map. Even if it's just screenshots, I need to see what it looks like. Just a comparison photo, because it's going to be phenomenal. And then, like I said, again, a pack of dogs and all these different things are being mixed and matched around. And it's nice, but that doesn't mean the game's going to turn out good. There are still flaws scattered around this whole game. For an example, yes, the minimap information that I just released to you guys the other day from the leaks that we saw on Twitter are true. They're confirmed. The minimap, you don't show up on the minimap with red dots. And also, suppressors don't even work the same way anymore. You need to put on a specific ammunition to not show up on the minimap. Of course, if an enemy puts up a UAV or something, and then you shoot an unsuppressed gun, you're going to show up. But you need a different type of ammunition. So, suppressors don't take you off the minimap. It's the ammunition that it's a little confusing. It's different. I don't know how it's going to play. We have to actually get hands-on. But again, it's so complex and pointless just for a minimap. All you got to do is just put a normal minimap in the game, and bam, all those problems are solved. You don't have to, split it down into 4 or 5 different ways of, managing it. And also, there's absolutely no factions in this game, which is horrible. That's a massive issue because you end up shooting yourself 24/7, your same operator, which was a main issue that also happened in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War for their beta, where there was no different teams. You saw the same operators on both sides, and it made it so stupidly confusing to know who you're going to be shooting. And not just that, it seems like it's the same Marine announcer, even when it's like a German soldier screaming out phrases and different things. The person who's commanding you is a Marine. It just, again, it takes you out of the experience. I know. Who gives a crap, right? Honestly, at the end of the day, who gives a crap? We just want a playable Call of Duty game. But truly, that is a very crucial factor for me, at least. I don't know about anybody else, but for me, to be able to see the differences between the teams and they actually make sense in a World War II shooter is very important, just like World at War. If you play on the Russian team, you're going to have the Russians talking to you. If you're on the German side, you're going to have Germans screaming at you. If you're on the American team, you're American. Japanese, you're Japanese. You know what I'm saying here? It just makes sense. But when I'm running around as a German soldier and there's an American barking orders at me, it seems off-putting. Now, Sledgehammer Games did go ahead and made a very important point, which I respect highly about this, is that they're trying to branch off from a core World War II theme. They said that the previous game, Call of Duty World War II, was more grounded to a military vibe. This game right here, they're trying to branch out when it comes to multiplayer. They don't really care too much about the realism of the game, but they care more about just the fun factor, which I 110% respect, I agree, and I think that should be prioritized. But again, I don't care if, like I said, I don't care if I'm going to be running around with the same operators and there's no teams. If it's like, like how it was in World War II, you had the Axis and you had the Allies. If it's like that, whatever, at the end of the day, as long as the game is fun, then it's fun. But at least please give German announcers. That's all I could really ask for. And I think if you could do that, then I think it will be a nice, decent balance to the whole mix here. Because if we can't even do that, then the majority of the lobbies that we're playing in are just going to be, like I just said, the same exact operators. Which at that point, you're just going to be looking for name tags, because you'll never know. It looks like you're on the same exact team. All the enemies are basically on your team. There needs to be a red and blue situation. You have to know which side you're on. And also, I do think there is going to be a camping problem in this game. I've noticed multiple hotspots, especially for AR players. I think this game is going to be super AR based as well. SMGs will be able to compete, but with the fast time to kill again, like in Modern Warfare 2019, and also having very, very, very good spots that I've seen on a lot of these 6v6 maps to post up with the rifle or something of that sort, there's going to be a lot of positioning being done here. Camping positioning, to be exact, which, again, not bad. You know, every Call of Duty game has a slow pace style, like Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Call of Duty 4, a lot of these classics, Call of Duty Ghost, you know, a lot of these games were a lot slower paced. And I guess not too many people enjoy Call of Duty Ghost, but a lot of people always hype up the old schools, like Modern Warfare 2, for an example. But in reality, it wasn't the most fast-paced game. You know, I feel like if they were to remaster Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, a lot of the people who are turning it up right now would have completely different opinions. I would probably still enjoy it because, like I said, I can get used to that type of playstyle, but a lot of people think of it as a super-duper fast-paced game, when in reality it's not. So having a more slow-paced tactical style isn't bad for a game, but it really matters how you do it, because if it's super slow, like it was in Modern Warfare, with stupidly loud footsteps, no dead silence, once again, the minimap not functioning correctly, a lot of things combining together to allow someone to camp in the back of the map without any negative sides, then yes, the pacing of your game is going to be god-awful. But if you could balance it just right, like with your past games, like I just mentioned, Call of Duty 4, World at War, Modern Warfare 3, and all these other titles. Black Ops 2 as well. Black Ops 2 was also a pretty campy game. It was a little bit more fast-paced than Modern Warfare 2 and stuff like that, but still, down to its core, it was campy. You see what I'm saying here? Call of Duty wasn't all about that fast-paced, you know, insane action 24/7 gameplay like they hype it up today. That was like back in the jetpack phase, or Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4 was a perfect boots-on-the-ground game that represented that crackhead-style gameplay. But the core games were more tactical to it. They were fast-paced. They were much faster than a game like Rainbow Six Siege or Battlefield, but they still required you to think about positioning. So I don't blame these future titles for trying to copy that gameplay, because I love those classics like COD 4 and World at War. I love them to death, but they are doing it in the incorrect way. But again, I can't tell if Vanguard's going to be doing it in the right way, because I still haven't gotten hands-on. So until I can actually play this game on PC and give my own personal opinion, I just won't really know too much about the gameplay side. But still, just from the looks of it, yeah, ARs and holding nice choke points is going to be really, really, really overpowered in this game, especially with the god-awful spawning as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning into this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like. If I hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new and you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, want to chat with me, there's two ways to do so. I have a Twitter and Discord. Both those links are down in the description. And also, want to catch me live streams of video games I do over on Twitch. Link that is in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.